intruder has been attempting to communicate.
Transmitting.
Our previous transmission mode was too primitive to be received.
Here it comes.
Now programming our computer
Engineering
to
status
transmit
report.
lingua code at their frequency.
Jenny's log. Stardate 23.596. You know, as I sit here preparing my report, I realize that Jenny's log totally evokes an image of poop. Star Trek Into Darkness, the long-awaited J.J. Abrams follow-up to the successful 2009 reboot, is finally in theaters, and to some mixed reviews and some Trekkie backlash. Now, before getting into my opinion, let me just start off by saying that I am by no means a die-hard Trekkie. Though it may seem hypocritical of me, considering my stance on most Hollywood reboots. Okay? What the fuck?!
What the fuck?
I didn't really start having any appreciation towards Star Trek until after the 2009 film. Since then, I've dabbled a little deeper, of course. I mean, heck, in middle school I used to watch reruns of Star Trek Voyager, Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine, but still, by no means do I consider myself adept enough to earn any Trekkie status. That being said, I found Into Darkness to be rather enjoyable, though still not as good as the 2009 film. Okay, so I'm sitting in Indian style now because I feel like I need to explain the situation. You must be warned. I watched it on IMAX 3D, and I feel that it is my duty to warn you if you're going this route. First of all, there were people puking in the theater as if they were traveling through deep space. It's almost as if you needed a NASA certification of sorts before you enter the IMAX to watch this movie. I don't know, it's just something about the way this film was shot that just doesn't really allow you to focus in on things properly. You know, there was some definite motion blur added to some of the action sequences, which completely fucks with the 3D, and overall, the camera whips faster than the fucking Flash. I whip my hair back and forth. However, I do have to commend good old JJ here, because he used significantly less lens flares this time around. Because lens flares, JJ, is like sea salt. Just a little sprinkle, and you're good to go. The new cast does a bang-up job in continuing to capture the feel of Trek without being a hollow impersonation of its predecessors. The film also has some pretty impressive set pieces and action sequences, which I feel were put in to stuff a sock in the mouths of people who, you know, complain about there being a lack of action in Star Trek. There's not enough action in Star Trek. Benedict Cumberbatch is just a good fucking actor, and he definitely served as this film's scene stealer, so, you know, I'm totally on the whole put Cumberbatch in every movie bandwagon. New Batman film? Whenever the fuck that decides to come out. Boom! There's your fucking Riddler. A new Bond in the works? Pow! There's your goddamn Bond villain. New live-action Cinderella? Bam! He plays every single one of those characters down to the motherfucking glass slipper. Okay, so the story of the movie falters here and there, but I never really found it to veer too far, of course. I mean, at least not far enough to the point that I gotta go choke the projectionist. Certain callbacks to iconic moments certainly came off a little ham-handed, but they did yield an applause in the theater. Its faults considered, it is still a hell of a ride, so that is why I give it 2 big fat veiny geeky boners. If you have caught the film, or just don't give a rat's finster about spoilers, then I suggest that you click on our more in-depth, spoiler-laden Into Darkness discussion. And if you have not seen it yet, I highly suggest that you watch our Secret of the Booze episode, where we concoct a beverage that is worth sitting all cross-legged in Kurt's chair. And until next time, live long and stay geeky, my friends. Sometimes I think there's like a little person that lives in my wig, and he constantly throws down this little hair as a means of escape. I'm so sorry, baby. I keep hitting you, but you still love me, right? I sound like Chris Brown.